Welcome to Across the Pitch. Buckle up because we've got more drama than a Netflix series finale to unpack today. From managerial debuts gone sideways to 5-goal thrillers in the Bundesliga, today had enough plot twists to make a screenwriter jealous. So grab your favorite matchday beverage, settle into your lucky chair, and let's dive into this feast of football. Let's kick things off with Graham Potter's return to management. And oh boy, was it shakier than a house of cards in a hurricane. The former Chelsea boss made his West Ham debut in the FA Cup, only to watch his side crumble to a 2-1 defeat against Aston Villa. Now, isn't there something deliciously ironic about Potter's career trajectory? His last game before being sacked at Chelsea? A loss to Villa. His first game at West Ham? Another loss to Villa. The football gods certainly have a wicked sense of humor. The Hammers actually started the match brighter than a summer morning in Barcelona, with Paqueta's opener showing glimpses of the Potter philosophy faster than you can say progressive possession. The Brazilian's finish was smoother than a barista's latte art, curling into the bottom corner with the kind of precision that makes defenders question their career choices. But here's where it gets spicier than your local curry house. Villa's equalizer came from a corner that was about as legitimate as a chocolate teapot. The officials somehow missed what everyone else in the stadium saw clearer than day. It wasn't even close to being a corner. To make matters worse for Potter, watching his new striker Füllkrug limp off with a hamstring injury that's more serious than your commitment to your New Year's resolutions must have felt like déjà vu from his Chelsea days. With Bowen already nursing a fractured foot and Antonio doing his best impression of a hospital regular, Potter's striking options are looking thinner than a supermodel's diet plan. Now, speaking of comebacks that hit harder than a Monday morning alarm, how about that absolute barnstormer in the Bundesliga? Xabi Alonso's Leverkusen side came out faster than a caffeinated cheetah, with Nathan Tella finding the net after just 25 seconds. But hold on to your lederhosen, because that was just the appetizer in this 5-course feast of football. Patrick Schick suddenly decided to turn the Signal Iduna Park into his personal playground, bagging a brace that was smoother than butter on hot toast. The tactical battle between Alonso and Şahin was more fascinating than a chess match between grandmasters. Leverkusen's high-pressing game caused more chaos in Dortmund's defense than a sugar rush at a kindergarten party. Their front three moved with the kind of synchronization that would make a synchronized swimming team jealous, while Dortmund's makeshift backline looked about as comfortable as a cat at a dog show. But credit where it's due, Dortmund showed more fight than a cat in a bathtub, with young Gittins pulling one back with the kind of finish that had future star written all over it in neon lights. And just when you thought the drama was over, Guirassy steps up for a penalty that had hearts racing faster than a caffeine addict's pulse. The way he slotted it home? Cooler than the other side of the pillow. But even that couldn't save Dortmund from a defeat that stung more than a wasp at a picnic. And while we're on the topic of stinging defeats, let's jet over to Italy, where Lazio's 1-1 draw with Como felt more like a loss than a point shared. Talk about a special occasion gone wrong. Lazio were celebrating their 125th anniversary with a light show that was more impressive than your neighbor's Christmas decorations. But Como clearly didn't get the memo about being generous party guests. The match had everything. Dyer breaking his 2-month goal drought with a finish curvier than a mountain road. Chauna picking up 2 yellows faster than you can say, "What were you thinking?" And Patrick Cutrone popping up with an equalizer smoother than Italian gelato. The former Milan man's header was timed more perfectly than your grandmother's Sunday roast, leaving the anniversary celebrations feeling flatter than week-old champagne. You've got to wonder what Cesc Fabregas is thinking in that Como dugout. The Spanish maestro watched his side create chances like they're going out of fashion, but finished them like they're wearing blindfolds. The injury to Nico Paz didn't help either. That ankle turned more dramatically than a reality TV plot twist. Still, Fabregas's post-match interview was more optimistic than a lottery ticket buyer, talking about progress and potential like a proud parent at a school play. Meanwhile, over in Spain, Rayo Vallecano's home fortress remains more impenetrable than your ex's Netflix password. That's 14 matches unbeaten now at the Estadio de Vallecas. They managed to edge past Celta Vigo 2-1 in a match that had more ups and downs than a yo-yo competition. Vicente Guaita's early howler for Embarba's opener was the kind of mistake that keeps goalkeepers awake at 3 in the morning, haunting their dreams like a bad Netflix horror movie. But fair play to the veteran. He bounced back with some saves that were more spectacular than a fireworks display on New Year's Eve. The real story here is Jorge de Frutos, who's becoming more reliable than your mother's cooking. His winner was taken with the kind of composure that would make a bomb disposal expert look nervous. And it's no wonder the Vallecas faithful are singing his name louder than a heavy metal concert. The way he's playing, he might need to change his name to De Frugols. You know what's even more interesting? The way these stories intertwine like a perfectly written drama series. Potter's struggles at West Ham mirror the challenges Fabregas is facing at Como, both trying to get their teams to convert chances that seem easier to score than miss. Both managers probably need a hug and a reminder that football, like your teenager's mood swings, is just a phase. Looking ahead, you've got to wonder, will Potter's West Ham honeymoon be shorter than a Twitter trend? Can Leverkusen keep playing football smoother than a jazz saxophone solo? And will someone please give Cesc Fabregas's Como team some finishing lessons? Perhaps they could borrow Patrick Schick for a weekend, though after that performance, Leverkusen might be more protective of him than a mother hen with her chicks. That's all for today's roundup, folks. Keep those scarves high, those debates heated, and remember, in football, like in life, it's not about how many times you fall, but how many times Villa get awarded incorrect corners. I mean, how many times you get back up? Until next time, keep the faith and keep arguing about VAR. It's what makes football the beautiful soap opera we all love. Across the pitch, over and out.